Hey everyone, welcome back. So we finally done some gathering. We got everything put together. We had a short break due to me being sick and some real life things, but yeah, let's get back to it. So today, as you can see, we've got logs and stuff gathering up top here, getting stacked up, getting ready to build because we're finally about to get power. As I said, we've been gathering, letting all the extractors run, so we've got tons and tons of aluminum now, or not tons, but we got should have enough aluminum to get started with. Cobalt, copper, stone, so we can get some iron going. So you can see the chests are full, they're ready to go. We've got a lot of copper and a couple steel and some aluminum already made up. Some more copper, we've got aluminum here, we've got the 2 brick forges ready to go. We still sometimes use the small ones, but the big ones they burn longer and it's just a lot faster because you can use this take all button to get everything off of it and then just alt click, put them all back on there. Out here you can see we've put out most of these extractors. Like I said in the previous episodes, we've already got iron ingots on most of them, planks and nails. They're just slowly filling up as we go. Once we get them built, then we run them across the map. So we're currently running 6 iron here. And then we've got a random spread out amount of like 1 to probably 3 per cave. I think I have 3 on aluminum and then 1 of the rest. The goal today is going to be to finish melting all those ingots so that we can get all this stuff running. So I want to get the oil pump going. It's going to need 4 electrical parts, so we need to build some of those. We've already got the box, our junction box and our main power box and stuff right here ready to go. We just need to run some cables between those, which you have plenty of those from the villages. Get the water house powered up. That'll get this going, which we still need more nails so we can finish building these out. All the planks are already added. We'll be good for winter then. We're currently on day 44, August of summer. And like I said, we've got planks already made up while we're killing time just to get ready to build out the next couple floors there so we have some storage space. And then here we've got our wind turbines getting finished up, so they're pretty close. I've added most materials to them, so they've got lead, cobalt, iron on them. They just need mostly aluminum, I believe, on all of them. So let's look at this last one. Yeah, it just needs 10 aluminum ingots per. And then we should be good on power for the oil pump and the water house. And from that, once the oil pump's kicked up, no more needing to make the biofuel. And we got Vanby still attacking. Luckily, our whole base is currently fenced in, or for the most part, except where they've broken it. And as you can see, we've upgraded most of these with all the iron fragments we're getting. If I'd have replaced a couple, I guess he resurrected because, well, that was weird. So yeah, yeah, he just knocked my. Oh, he broke it. That's why I moved up. Okay, so we have to add another one of those to get that put back down. See, construction, others, spike trap, and we'll have to get some more ingots for that. I wish we could add steel and just make these like a permanent structure, because they seem to break a lot of mine lately, especially when they come on swarm nights. But most of the trees are back up. Everything's looking good. Like I said, we're going to get in here and get some of this stuff going. I guess we're going to go ahead and grab some of the aluminum we've got built here. So we can use this take all button. And we'll get loaded up on that. Gonna run it out here and get another one of these up and spinning. So there is, for anybody who's new to the game or just getting started on power, I do have a really in-depth, highly explained tutorial video. That's like 10 to 15 minutes long under the tutorials playlist. And we go over everything power. But currently there are no distance limitations on your power making devices. So solar panels and wind turbines can be any distance as long as they're on the map somewhere and fully built out. They will produce power. They don't need to be inside your base. They don't need to be anywhere remotely close to your base. Like there's just no distance. Now on everything else, the cables have limitations for distance. The boxes and junction boxes and everything that you're going with those certain distances if you plan to actually use them. Like if you want to turn things on and off. And then I go over also on that tutorial. We'll do it in this one too, but how to build light switches that work per individual room. It takes a minute. It takes a lot, especially if you want to hide your cables. But again, that's in my other tutorial video, and I believe I did it in a different episode also, and how to build street lights. But we'll get there eventually on this base. We do need to get more steel made, so we can get all these walls upgraded all the way. I want to get everything started on concrete, get more bricks going, get some of these walls upgraded. So yeah. Alright, so we've got that going. I'm going to have to do a bunch of smelting. So I'm going to just do that AFK. There's no point in me sitting here and letting y'all watch me smelt for 30 minutes. Once we get that done, we're going to add the rest of the aluminum to the wind turbines. And I guess we need to make electrical parts. We can do that real quick. I should have some stashed over here. Let's see. Yeah, so we've got cobalt, plastic, and all the good stuff that we need. If you don't know how to make electrical parts, go to your crafting book. You can open that up, go to Itempedia. I believe it's going to be under Others. And then down here it says electrical parts. You can craft those on the advanced workbench. It's 1 copper, 1 plastic, and 1 cobalt ingot. There's no bulk recipe for it just yet. So we'll just grab all of these ingots really fast. And grab the plastic. And go to our advanced workbench. 1 for 1. Craft it. We needed 4 of those. Let's go ahead and knock those out really fast. So you can, again, since I always do everything kind of tutorially, in case people are just tuning in for the first episode, you can hold down the Alt key and then just right click. It'll move it over so that you don't have to sit there and individually click everything. And from there, we can go add this to our oil pump and get him up and built. And we can add a name to it, so we can just call this like Oil Pump 1 or something. Oil Pumper 1. Hit accept, and then we just need to add power to it. So if we want to add power to it, we're going to need our tool. I think I have it somewhere around here. Alright, so if you look at this, it'll give you some controls on the bottom right mouse to delete wires. If we had a cable, you could left click on things. If we had wire on us. Oh, well, yeah, there we go. So you can left click, you can see the wire there. Left click again, and it would build if we actually had wires. So you see that black line. Now if you run it in the air, you're going to see it. It's going to always be there to haunt your dreams. So what you're going to want to do with that, if you want, we're not going to hide ours initially, but eventually you're going to want to like build to the ground. Actually, I guess we could do that for the water house and the oil pump. Well, the oil pump's not going to be bad because it's not going to be in the way of anything, but you'll see where it just look at it and it snaps to it. And we could actually build that because we do have wires available, and that's the only 2 things we're powering. We go grab, well, the electrical box is this my electrical box? Yeah, there we go. Let's grab these cables. I didn't build these, found them in villages. They seem to be quite plentiful. All right, let me through my little thing here, guys. There we go. All right, so we'll add that, put it there, and then you can see the flow of power is going from this box to that box. We can grab this one, and then we'll just drop it right here. Now that is on the oil pump. We do not have enough power. Oh, I didn't. Well, I pressed E and it built the cable. So because our tool's out, the swap tools. All right, so we'll press E here. Open the box. And it says junction box is currently off. We can turn that on if we want to. The oil pump's going to spin for a second, then it'll turn itself off because there's not enough power. But from here you can see that we have 4 power stored, we have 4 power capacity, 40 power in, 0 power out, and your available power. And then it tells you how many panels you have. So if you want to do the math on that, how many batteries and stuff you have too. You can do the same with these junction boxes. You can name them, which helps a lot. Like we could say that this is the oil pump. It tells us the required power for the oil pump itself. And you can change your names in here if you want to also. Staying organized helps a lot. And from there, I believe that we might have to actually build another one of these boxes. Can one box? Yeah, well, I guess one box can do it. I usually build multiples because I control them based on the set. So if I build light switches for rooms, I build, I don't know, 1 box per room. It takes a while. And like for the kitchen, I'll build 1 for the refrigerator, or each individual refrigerator, so I can turn them on and off. You could just destroy the wire, but it's just easier. You don't have to worry about it later on. So from there, we can just press E again. It will connect the cable to that, and then it tells us that we need 200 power, or 250 power for that, if we had this on. So if we turn it on, which lasts like a split second, it'll say 250. So until we get the rest of these built out, it's not going to do us any good. But you don't have to run cables from the solar panels and the wind turbines. You do not have to cable those to these machines at all. That's why I said at the moment it is on the roadmap or on the Trello board. At some point, he probably will change that. Possibly. It's just a matter of getting the wires where they're a little bit easier to manage. Like personally for me, I'd set it up to where wires off of these can be toggled on or off visually. So if you want to set it up, make it look cool, you can. If you don't want to worry about it and you don't want to have a nest of wires running across your screen, you can just turn it on and off. That's what I would do if I was the dev. But it's his game, his way. Everything looks pretty cool. But like I said, as you can see here, this cable, it's always going to be in the way until we hide it in the ground. To hide it in the ground, we're going to want to build. Let me see where they at. So we go to placeables, power. You're going to want to build these little electrical relays. They're these tiny little things. You can place them on walls. What I like to do is I like to get them really close to the ground. Like we could technically put it on the back side. You kind of got to splint it too so it attaches to something. So we could put it right here where it's all but in the ground. Attach the cable to that. Take another one, set it over here on the ground, as low as you can get it. It'll take some, we'll have to do some jumping and work our way around. But you can slowly, right there. So it's green, we can place that there. Then the cable will run under this foundation and you'll never see it. Then run from that piece to the water house. But I don't want to use the materials on that just yet, so we're going to just leave ours nice and ugly for now, and we'll clean it all up later. So like I said, the electrical relay takes 1 iron ingot, 1 copper ingot, 2 electrical parts, and 4 screws. Alright, so we'll go over that in a different episode once we start cleaning up our power and making it look nice. So let me go ahead and move on. Probably spent too much time talking about that. Hopefully I didn't bore y'all. So we're going to move on, and I'm going to do the smelting. Then we'll come back. We'll get this stuff built out, and I will go over how the oil pump works and what it's up to. Like I said, right now we're currently burning the biofuel that we've made to get all of our iron. This thing will provide oil to all of the extractors all over the map and across the map. The last time I checked, there is no distance limitation. He might eventually make it to where we can run pipes or something. He did say that would be a cool idea. It's just pipes get really, really tricky. I've played only one other game where you have to actually run water pipes. And yeah, it was really, really extremely painful. Because could you imagine having to run oil pipes and water pipes? I mean, it look cool if you have the right design features, but it's really finicky, kind of like the wiring system. I just imagine it's like a programming nightmare because you have to make sure it can go through certain obstacles and buildings and everything else. If anybody's into that type of stuff, we can do like a live chat one day or a live stream and talk about it. For anybody who's not, it's difficult, so just bear with the dev as he gets through it all. We should, I believe, have some cool updates come this year. It's been a minute since the last update. And yeah, and he said when he released this latest one that he's been working on a lot of stuff and he wanted to hold off, but he went ahead and gave us a few new features like the butchering table and everything. So like I said, it's a lot of fun so far. Let me get to smelting and I'll see you guys in just a minute. Thanks for hanging with me. Well, we finally finished forging all the ingots that we needed, so let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, let's build us a sink. What's the point of having a water house if you don't have a sink, right? So we'll go to placeables, food, come into here, grab the sink. It provides water. This is one of the greatest features in the game. Makes life so easy. It's going to take 4 aluminum ingots, 10 planks, 2 copper, and 10 nails. As you can see, I've already got all that on us. So let's go ahead and build this out. So we'll just press E, add our materials. Now we have a sink here. If it put out water, we could just drag this over here and grab water. But right here it says water house needed and pump must be turned on. Now there is distance limitations on water. I think we're going to be pretty close where we're currently at. We might be too far from the water house, so we might have to cheat the sink or move the water house itself. With that, let's go ahead and grab our aluminum. So we've got a bunch of it over here that we forged up and gets everything powered up. Alright, all that's gone. Easy come, easy go, right? So we need to just keep adding that. If I did my math right, we should have enough. And these are kind of expensive, but they're better than solar because solar is affected by clouds, rain. But it reduces the output. At nighttime, they stop producing, or they produce really, really low. All right, we might actually not have enough. Oh no, we've got some more in the building. That's right. We've got some more randomly stashed away. And I did steal 4 for the sink, so hopefully I didn't just get the bare minimum. I hope I got it some extra. So let's go ahead and grab these 10. Another 10 right here. Let's see, September, fall. Get some rain, a little bit of fog. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be short maybe 1. Well, that's just terrible. So I can rebuild the sink, but necessary evil. I don't think we have any more stashed away, but we can double check. Oh, no, we've got one right there. There we go. That will work. Alright, and there we go. 16 of those working. So if we come over here to our control panel, we can look here, we can see our stored power, our power capacity, power in, power out, which is 0 right now. We've got 320 power, 16 turbines, or 20, wait, number of turbines, power slash, yeah, okay, 16 turbines at 20 per, power per turbine. Alright, so we can go ahead and power this on. And when we do that, it should turn this on. Oh, the junction box. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it should turn both of these on. But first, I'm going to go over this. So the important thing about the water house being close to your greenhouse is it's going to auto water your plants. So while we were forging, we went ahead and made enough metal or iron to go ahead and produce enough nails to finish out all of our planters. So let's grab some seeds really quick. So if you listen to my first couple of videos, like I said, save all of your seeds. So I've got all mine stashed here. So my favorite things to plant, especially earlier on, eventually I'll build a greenhouse for each one of the different seed types. But for now, we're going to want to do, let's see, we need, everything's kind of important now if you want to max your stats out. So let's just grab a stack of potatoes, stack of watermelon, stack of melon, stack of corn. We'll just take one stack of pumpkin. Onions are really important, and cucumbers are good if you want to heal without using your med kits and without sleeping. So we'll go ahead and plant some of these. We'll put the tall stuff in the back, so let's do some corn. And normally you'd have to water these manually, and you'd have to have a heat source if they're inside your building itself. So we've got corn there. Let's go ahead and do cucumber on these. Don't need a lot of cucumbers. Just enough in case you get hurt. Now the most important thing and my favorite thing to plant, which we're going to put on this front row, are just the basic melons. Because you can eat those and never have to sleep again because they give you so much energy. Alright, and then we'll do this next row. Let's do onions. Good item to have to make the more advanced stuff. I'll throw some potatoes right here. Alright, and let's do a mixture of stuff on the back right here. So let's add some watermelons. We don't need a lot of those, but it's a good way to get water. And you can see these already have water in them. That's where I had plants growing there previously. Let's see, let's just do like 3 of those. And do 3 pumpkins. Wait, did I just plant melons? Yes, I did. It'll be alright. So we'll just do the rest of the pumpkins to finish the doubt. And we'll build another greenhouse here sometime soon because we're going to want a lot of this stuff growing so we can get our stats capped out. Alright, so as you can see, there's no water on most of these though. So what we're going to do, like I said, is we're going to turn the junction box on. You'll see that bad boy kick on. It's running. And with that, you'll see all of your extractors just running. They don't have a fuel icon anymore because you don't need to fill them up. And we built out some of these too with some of the extra ingots that we had laying around. So they're just running. We didn't even have to turn them on. And those will be getting iron. We'll move them eventually. And when you move them, you might have to toggle them on and off. Sometimes they'll just keep grabbing where they're getting previously. And if you listen closely, you can usually hear this thing running. If you come here, or actually right here, you can see how much power it's taking again. You can rename your items. And then with that turned on or powered up, we should have water on all these now, so you can see they're fully watered. So those will grow. We're good for winter now. No more having to hunt vegetables. No more having to save and salvage and craft to try to scrape by. Now let's see if our sink is close enough. Alright, let's go ahead and empty the dirty water. So now we're at 0 out of 200. And now we're at 200 out of 200 on clean water that we can just drink. So no more having to bake, or no more boiling water, except to make soups. And life is easy. So that will probably be the end of this episode. I don't think we need to do anything else because we've got the sink, so we've got fresh water for winter. We don't have to go get snow. We don't have to water our plants. Plants are growing. All of our extractors are running wide open. All we have to do is place these other ones out. And I'm going to get 6 per area going. We'll have these. We'll get all the fragments that we need now to finish out the fence around the perimeter of the base. Be good to go on that. Which means on the next couple of episodes, we can finally get started on finishing out building our building. And from there, we can start upgrading it. Going to concrete and stone walls. And then we'll add in some steel stuff, some steel gates. We'll go get the truck. I still want to, I've got to figure this out. I think I can build a ramp right here. We're going to have to experiment with that and see if we can get the truck up the ramp and then put the garage over here. If not, we can just park the truck there and then warp it into the garage. But then we'll have to go over how to make fuel sources. We'll have to get the oil extractors going, which means we're going to need more power. So we're going to do more aluminum. We'll have to do more gathering, which, yeah, we'll probably get the truck next so that we can make quick trips, because you're going to want to make like a whole circuit and just put a ton of crates on your truck, and that way gathering is no longer an issue. And every time you go out, you'll just get like a full load. So from there, like I said, while I was forging, I went and cut down a bunch of these trees, as you can see. We got all this loaded back down, so we'll be ready to build. And then we also went ahead and gathered up more logs, because you can never have too many logs laying around when you get ready to do a build project. Yeah, you can put those on log holders if you want to, but it's too much work. I just pile them up, let the birds kick them around. I use the log carts and push them back into place. And from there, I believe we're good to go, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you out. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. As always, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. If you have any, also have any questions, you can find me in Discord. I will respond. You can DM me directly or just hit me in the infected chat. And I'll catch you on the next episode, guys. Thanks for watching.